Rooster Teeth is coming back. Yeah, this might be the year of the snake, but I think moving forward, 2025 is officially the year of the rooster. It's just been completely hijacked. In case you missed it, let's pull it up. In a post over on all of Rooster Teeth's social channels, they revealed that the OG founder, Bernie Burns himself, has acquired the rights to Rooster Teeth and is hinting very heavily at a reboot, which, say what you will about Rooster Teeth or their content or the people that are involved, I think that as a creator, this story for me is super romantic. Because look, I mean, at the end of the day, Bernie and his friends, they started off like any creator, like myself, creating content, releasing it out to the internet, and then they just grew it out to something crazy. Bernie and his friends, they founded Rooster Teeth following the success of Red versus Blue, and then, I think it was like 2014, Full Screen Media acquired Rooster Teeth, and then, of course, I think it was Warner Brothers acquired Full Screen on that end, and then in 2020, Bernie Burns departed Rooster Teeth. And then I think the next big news coming out of there was that Warner Brothers was shutting down Rooster Teeth. So fast forward to today, we go full circle. Bernie Burns has lived the dream of every single creator. You create something that the massive entities are jealous of and they want to buy it from you. And you sell it. And you get to see your baby grow up and go on to be successful. And then you get to get it back. You get to get that baby back, and you are now the owner of it. And so congratulations, Bernie. I think this is great news. I love the fact that it's gone full circle, and Rooster Teeth is back in the hands of the Burns family. And I will say, during this trailer, or during this video, I loved the trope that dad left to go get milk, and he's finally coming back from the grocery store after multiple years. Dad's home, I got the milk. I absolutely loved that joke. I audibly laughed on the plane when I watched this. And, now that the dust has settled on this announcement, I think it's kind of cool. The details are starting to emerge of what exactly this might look like. So I wanted to dive into these. So Bernie Burns and his wife, Ashley Burns, they host a podcast called The Morning Somewhere. And it's a really great show. It's kind of basically dives into kind of the fun, nerdy news that you want to know on a daily basis. And, basically, what came out of this podcast where they were talking about the Rooster Teeth announcement is that Bernie's production company, Box Canyons Productions, has acquired the Rooster Teeth brand, not the company. And what that essentially includes is the Rooster Teeth website, the Rooster Teeth channels, all the social stuff, and obviously the YouTube channels as well. But it doesn't include the actual company, the former employees, the equipment, the contracts, the studios, or anything from that perspective that Rooster Teeth may have had in the previous company. Plus, I think the thing that a lot of people are overlooking is they hear Rooster Teeth is coming back and they're like, dude, we're going to start getting Funhouse again, or we're going to start getting Achievement Hunter again. But the reality is the archives of Funhouse and Achievement Hunter, I think they were sold to Viz Media by Warner Brothers. So Bernie did not get that in part of this buyout. The other thing is, Elise and James Willems of Funhouse are absolutely killing it on their own. I think Elise, last I saw, is doing some, PBS gaming show, so that's kind of cool. James, as well, has some content that's popping out. And then the Achievement Hunters, all of them are basically going off and doing their own stuff, and I think that that's super cool. And so I think it's important to, gauge your excitement here, because, yes, Rooster Teeth is back. But a lot of the franchises you've grown to love over the recent years, they're probably not coming back. In fact, Bernie mentioned this on the podcast. I wrote it down, basically saying the long-range plan is to have a production slate that is up and running with new shows by summer of 2025. And in the press release that they released, essentially they said that, hey, we've got renewed productions of classic shows, a new original audio adventure, and then they're going to be reimagining one of Bernie's first films called The Schedule. And I can't wait. Rooster Teeth holds a very special place in my heart for multiple reasons. I love the content that was created for years. I loved the Achievement Hunter stuff. I loved Funhouse, even when it was the inside gaming type of stuff that was coming over as well. And Rooster Teeth also holds a very special place in my heart because I had the privilege of working with them. For about a year. It wasn't a big amount of time, but for off and on for a year. I was so incredibly grateful for that opportunity, not just because it gave me experience in seeing how other people do things, but I was invited to Rooster Teeth by Ashley Burns. We kind of talked over social media. They invited me to go to the studio to come see how they produced things on the No, and I got to meet the team. I got to guest host on one of the episodes, and I thought it was super cool. And what that invitation did for me, I can't even express it, because like I was so young in content creation, and I wasn't sure if like this was going to be something that I was going to create long term, but going there and seeing the tour and meeting Ashley and building kind of that relationship, it showed me that, holy crap, like this thing that we're doing, this show that we're producing in our garage on a weekly basis, it's possible. It's possible to scale this thing out, to create this and evolve this into a production company where you can make a living by doing this, and you can have employees, and you can have editors, and you can have thumbnail artists, and a marketing team, and a sales team. And I am forever grateful for the opportunity of getting to see the behind the scenes of Rooster Teeth. And I always look at that moment as like the jet fuel moment of where I am today, because seeing that it was possible over there was like, okay, if it's possible over there, it's possible over here. And I'm so grateful for that. And I don't know, man, like that whole experience just stuck with me. And I always said that like that's going to be something that I pass on. If we get to a point with this show where we can bring in new creators or upstart people to show them like, hey, what you're trying to accomplish is real. This can go. I want to pay that forward and pass that on so much. But, you know, another part of this story that came out the days after that I really appreciate here was that on Bernie and Ashley's podcast, they discussed like the de-shitification of the internet. And I think that I have grown to love that framing so well, because I've been struggling with the internet over the last couple months. And we've talked about it here on the show before, but like the internet, at least the version of the internet that we have today, is so wild. At times, it literally feels so defeating, not only as someone that scrolls it, but it feels so defeating as a creator. You know, you go through there, you see the comment section on other people's videos, and you're just like, oh my God, like there's no positive comments out there anymore. People don't hit the like button. People always want to hit the dislike button. If a game comes out, people just want to shit on the game. If a news story drops, they want to shit on that news story. If a creator is struggling in life, they want to double down and shit on that creator. And it's just, it's not fun. And it's not fun to be on the internet. So to hear that Bernie and Ashley are striving to use this Rooster Teeth acquisition as their opportunity to de-shitify their section of the internet, I definitely, I find hope in that. And I find hope that there's other creators that have a similar concept over there. So, but anyway, shout out to Bernie, shout out to Ashley. Congratulations on getting the ownership of Rooster Teeth back. And I think that not only is this a big W for you, but I think it's a massive W for the internet as a whole. So Mazel tov, best of luck. I can't wait to see what y'all do over there.